I didn't expect this half-joking comment to become controversial. In the video, I said, it's you guys' responsibility is something we could say in casual North American English. And some people disagreed with you guys'. So really, I was talking about how we don't have a plural you in standard English. And especially when you're using it with a possessive, it makes it kind of awkward because we don't know how to say it. We have all these different ways of using a plural you with a possessive. But I got lots of comments like this. As someone from Michigan in the Midwest, people say your guys's or your guys's as a second person plural possessive all the time. I'd probably say your guys's, not you guys's, honestly, or y'all's. You guys's? No, your guys's. He says, no one says you guys' responsibility. It's natural to say your guys's. Whenever someone says it's not natural to say it this way, you can only say that about yourself, about your own dialect, your own way of speaking that you learned natively. Especially when you're not talking about what's correct in the standard language, you're talking about what's natural. You can't say what's natural for someone else if they're a native speaker. Everyone's dialect or idiolect is slightly different. So I said, never say no one. I use it and people around me used it when I was growing up. Some people used your guys's too. And what's natural depends entirely on your dialect and idiolect. And when I say idiolect, I mean your personal way of speaking, your sub-variety of your dialect that you speak, that's influenced by your life, your experiences, and your environment. Everyone's idiolect is slightly different. I don't really say it these days. I feel like a kid when I say you guys's, but that's how I learned it natively when I was young. No, you is already plural. Bring back thou instead. Or should I say bring back thee instead, since it's the object. Bring back both, and bring back ye, the subject, and we'll keep you, the object. So they're talking about in early modern English, how the second person pronouns were kind of different. So we had the singular ones, we had the subject form thou, we had the object form thee, and we had the possessive adjective thy and the possessive pronoun thine. And then the plural ones, we had the subject form ye, then we had the object form you, and we had the possessives your and yours. So we still have you and your and yours, but we lost the plural subject form, ye, and we lost all of the singular forms. So if we did bring them back, we would have a full set that we could use to get rid of that ambiguous sort of meaning. Well, actually in Ireland, we use ye for the you plural and year for possession. Grab your stuff and head out the door. So that's interesting. In Ireland, they still maintain that plural subject form, ye. And then their possessive form is year, which sounds like ye, but it also sounds like your. It has the R at the end, but it's added to the ye. At least in that dialect of Irish English, that's how it is. But then I got a different comment. Plural you is use in Ireland. Of course, it's slang, but people use it very often. As a Russian speaker, I found it useful in informal speech. Okay, so I think this guy is a second language speaker of English, but he's living in a part of Ireland where they say use instead of ye.